Can AI give us the endings we deserved? Well, today we're attempting that by letting it rewrite the most hated game endings of all time. Afterward, we'll compare these against the originals, seeing that we're discovering some interesting interpretations. Moreover, at the end, you will get exclusive insights from an insider guest and more. How do you see the future of AI in game development, particularly in storytelling and narrative design?
AI's role in game development seems poised to grow. We might see more dynamic narratives that adapt to player choices in nuanced ways, where the story responds to individual playstyles in real time. It's an exciting space to watch.
For instance, this AI reinterpreted intro.
This list is not ranked, with games like Halo 2, Last of Us Part 1, and Danganronpa V3 included to appease my fragile ego, and, oh yeah, general outcry.
Number 1. Prince of Persia, 2008. Do you like closure? Perfect, because Prince Elika and a thieving prince team up to fight the darkness, gripping Persia, caused by her own father. Elika seals Ahriman, sacrificing her life in the process. The prince, devastated by her loss, faces an impossible choice: accept her sacrifice or undo their hard work to bring her back. Unable to let go, he cuts down the 4 sacred trees and the Tree of Life itself. His actions revive Elika, but at a terrible cost. Ahriman is released as the couple walks away together. Their victory turns hollow, the land around them corrupted anew. See, the ending falls short due to it, well, not ending, even in the DLC. So the question now is, can AI give us that closure?
AI rewritten ending for Prince of Persia, 2008. As the dust settles, Elika stares out at the ruined landscape, grief for her father mingling with a fierce determination. The prince, infected by the corruption, collapses. Elika cradles him, her hand glowing with the residual power of Ormazd. "I can't leave you like this," she whispers, tears falling onto his face. "I won't let the corruption win." Focusing her remaining power, Elika channels it into the prince. The light battles against the darkness within him, tearing him apart. He screams, writhing in agony. The earth trembles, the wind whips around them, and the Tree of Life pulses violently. Finally, with a surge of light, the corruption retreats, leaving the prince weak but alive. Elika stares at her hands, trembling with exhaustion, but free of the god of light's power. She is mortal now, her fate tied to the prince and this world. Together, they gaze at the barren land. They have won this battle, but the fight to restore the world, to rebuild their lives, has just begun.
Number 2. BioShock Infinite. World's most complicated suicide. The end. Okay, fine. Indebted hired gun Booker DeWitt goes to the flying city of Columbia to rescue Elizabeth, erasing his debt. We discover infinite versions of Booker DeWitt exist across universes. You play as Booker DeWitt fighting Comstock, an alternative version of himself. Elizabeth, aka Anna DeWitt, is his daughter in some universes. The Battle of Wounded Knee trauma causes alternative versions of him to turn to religion or addiction. This Booker gives up baby Anna due to debt, resulting in her powers. Years later, he enters another universe to retrieve Anna/Elizabeth. Upon gaining full powers, she learns the truth. She must end Booker/Comstock at Wounded Knee to break the loop. The game concludes with a scene of Booker and baby Anna in a universe where he never lost her. Could you make any sense of that? Good. Neither did I. But maybe AI can translate this incomprehensible masterpiece.
AI rewritten ending for BioShock Infinite. As Booker and Elizabeth stand before the baptismal font, she looks at him, eyes filled with knowing. "It doesn't have to be this way, Booker. I can open a tier to a world where Comstock never existed, a world where Anna grew up as she should have, with her mother." Booker, shocked, steps back. "Are you sure?" Elizabeth nods, her face full of determination. "This power, it's not just for running, Booker. It's for fixing things, making things right." She holds out her hand, a swirling tear opening before them. "Go with me. We can start again." The scene shifts to a peaceful countryside. A young Anna laughs as she runs through a field of wildflowers, her mother smiling nearby. Booker watches, tears in his eyes. He knows this peace came at a terrible cost, the echoes of the destroyed Columbias weighing heavily on him. But for now, in this world, there is only hope and a chance for redemption.
Number 3. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 2023. Half the time, double the price for a worse game. Adds up. So, our story starts in April 2019, when the main villain, Makarov, is captured by SAS operatives, Soap and Price. Then, in November 2023, Kony Group frees Makarov from prison, and subsequently, Kony steals ballistic missiles. Then goes
Makarov, missile, Makarov, missile, Makarov, missile.
and so on. Until our band of heroes, 141, discovers Makarov's plan to attack the Channel Tunnel. Therefore, 141, led by Price, missions to stop Makarov and save hostages in the tunnel. But as Price and Soap are defusing the dirty bomb, Makarov ambushes them. Soap saves Price, but gets killed by Makarov, who escapes. Ghost and Gaz arrive and help Price defuse the bomb. Later, 141 scatters Soap's ashes in Scotland. Then, during mid-credits, Price, with Laswell's aid, sneaks into Shepard's office and kills him as payback. Problem is, it's a DLC packaged as a last-minute campaign. Can AI fill in the gaps?
AI rewritten ending for Modern Warfare 3. As Price, Soap, and Yuri surface, they find themselves surrounded by a contingent of Russian paratroopers. A tense standoff ensues, weapons trained on each other. Makarov, watching from a nearby rooftop, contacts Price. "You have failed, Price. The world believes Russia is behind the attack. Nuclear war is inevitable." Price, eyes locked on Makarov, replies into his comm, "You're wrong, Makarov. The truth always comes out." He throws a smoke grenade, creating a diversion. As the paratroopers hesitate, Price, Soap, and Yuri open fire, neutralizing them with brutal efficiency. Makarov, enraged, disappears into the city. Price picks up the secure line. "Laswell, get your teams to the crash site. There's evidence there that will expose Shepard's lies and prove Russia's innocence." They disappear into the night, leaving a trail of bodies in their wake. The world is on the brink, but for now, a glimmer of hope remains. The hunt for Makarov is far from over.
You paid for a full game and got nuked. Hope County, Montana has been taken over by the cult Project at Eden's Gate, led by Joseph Seed and his siblings, prompting federal and local law enforcement to arrest Joseph in response to exposure by bloggers. After that, stuff goes down, like you taking out 3 siblings, only leaving Joseph. Ending 1, canon. You return to the church where it all began. The main villain has brainwashed your friends. You fight, free your friends, and arrest the villain. However, before you can leave, nuclear bombs detonate. You and your friends try to escape to a bunker, but a falling tree blocks your path. Everything goes dark. You awaken in the bunker to find your friends dead and the villain alive. The game ends ominously. Ending 2, non-canon. You and your team choose to leave without arresting Joseph Seed. As you drive away, the song Only You plays on the radio, the same one used in Joseph Seed's brainwashing. The screen begins to turn red, and the sheriff asks if you're okay. The game ends abruptly, implying the brainwashing has been triggered, but leaving the consequences ambiguous. Troll Ending 3, non-canon. At the start of the game, you can choose not to arrest Joseph Seed and leave the area. There's no payoff delivered at the end after the buildup of 3 previous villains. No message except crazy doomers prevail. Can AI deliver the payoff?
AI rewritten ending for Far Cry 5. As the deputy faces Joseph in the church, tensions run high. Joseph preaches about the coming collapse, his voice filled with fanatic zeal. But this time, the deputy isn't alone. Their allies, immune to the Bliss's influence, stand ready to fight. A fierce battle erupts, the church echoing with gunfire and the screams of the faithful. The deputy battles their way to Joseph, dodging bullets and taking down zealots. The struggle is brutal. A desperate clash between faith and defiance. Finally, weakened and wounded, Joseph falls. But as the deputy moves to apprehend him, a blinding flash fills the sky. The prophecy has come to pass. A nuclear explosion rocks the church, sending debris raining down. The deputy and their allies, battered but alive, scramble to escape the collapsing building. Outside, a mushroom cloud billows in the distance. Hope County is changed forever, but the fight for its future has just begun.
Number 5, Saints Row 3. If they tried to make a worse game than GTA, they succeeded. Years after Saints Row 2, the Third Street Saints, now known as the Saints/Ultra Media Group, attempt to rob a syndicate-owned bank. The heist goes wrong, and the syndicate leader, Philippe Lorne, offers to bail out the Saints in exchange for 66% of their assets. Johnny Gat refuses the deal and is killed during a skirmish on Leroy's plane, while the others escape the Syndicate's hub city, Steelport, to seek revenge. In the mission before the final one, you let the main antagonist go. Then you're given two choices, kill him or save your friend. A lot of crazy stuff happens, too incoherent to describe, followed by the DLC. We finally get to the main villain, Killbane, on Mars, which is revealed to be a movie the Saints were shooting. End of game. If that sounded like a clusterfuck of a shitty B-movie turned video game, good. Can AI save a B-movie? Let's find out.
AI rewritten ending for Saints Row 3. As Killbane flees, a transmission crackles to life. It's Matt Miller, now a reluctant ally. He reveals that S-Tag is not who they seem. Hughes, consumed by grief and vengeance, has been using S-Tag to eliminate rival gangs, secretly acquiring their technology and weaponry. She plans to unleash a weaponized version of the virus that created the Steelport zombies on the world. Believing only through fear and control can true order be established. The Saints are shocked, realizing their fight has had unintended consequences. They race to the monument, confronting Hughes and S-Stage. A brutal fight ensues, culminating in a showdown between the boss and Hughes, who utilizes stolen Decker's tech to become a cybernetic monstrosity. The boss defeats her, preventing the virus's release. The Saints, now aware of the true depths of corruption, vow to dismantle STAG and rebuild Steelport in their image, one focused on freedom and fun, not oppression and fear. The ending shows the Saints alongside their new allies, standing atop the monument as fireworks light up the sky, a symbol of their hard-won victory and the challenging road ahead.
Number 6. Assassin's Creed 3. Gamers' biggest disappointment and executives' biggest victory. Let me explain. Main character Desmond team finds ancient temple, uncovering impending global catastrophe. Followed by Desmond and the missing Haytham Kenway, British Templar, and son Connor, who's an assassin back in 1754 through 1783 wars. In the end, a solar flare threatens the world. Desmond discovers a device to stop it. Only he can use it due to First Civilization DNA. Would shield Earth using Aurora Borealis, but release Juno, who wants to enslave humanity. Minerva warns against use, suggesting that if most humans die, civilization restarts. Desmond chooses to save the world now and deal with Juno later, dying in the process. This game prolongs and yet kills all built up over 5 games, being a cash grab and not a creative decision, leaving it now to AI to give us a real conclusion.
AI rewritten ending for Assassin's Creed 3. As Connor delivers the killing blow to Charles Lee, his hidden blade plunges not into flesh, but into a shimmering energy field. Lee laughs, a hollow, echoing sound. Did you think it would be that easy, Ratonikaton? You forget, we Templars have mastered the secrets of the ancients. The amulet around Lee's neck glows, and a portal shimmers open, revealing a desolate, futuristic landscape. Juno steps through, her eyes burning with cold triumph. The world is mine, assassin. You have played your part perfectly. Haytham, wounded but alive, stares in disbelief. What have you done? He whispers. Juno smiles, a chilling expression. I have claimed the power of the Grand Temple. This world will be reshaped under my control. And your son, Haytham? He will be the first of my new order. Connor lunges for Lee, but Juno raises a hand and he's thrown back by an unseen force. The portal widens, and through it, Connor sees a vision of the future, a world where humans are enslaved by machines, their minds controlled by Juno's will. He realizes the true fight is far from over. This is not just about vengeance or freedom in the colonies. This is about the fate of humanity itself. With a fierce determination, Connor vows to stop Juno, even if it means defying his father and the creed he has fought for. The world's future hangs in the balance, and Connor is humanity's last hope.
Number 7. Danganronpa V3. Was it real? Was any of it real? Is this real? Are you real? A new cast of 16 Ultimates find themselves kidnapped and imprisoned in a school. Inside, some will kill, some will die, and some will be punished. From there, a lot of murders happen, cause Danganronpa. Then, at the end, it's revealed that in this universe, Danganronpa is a TV show called Ultimate Real Fiction, where fans apply to join. Their personalities are replaced with fabricated fictional ones. K1B0 is actually a camera surrogate for viewers, revealing that everyone's acting isn't entirely genuine. Shuichi and Co. break the fourth wall, managing to escape the scripted live-action game. This threatens the show's existence, leading them to destroy the school and end the Danganronpa series permanently. The ending, that's love. It's hated, it's overrated, it's too damn complicated. So, let's put AI into the fray. What could go wrong?
AI rewritten ending for Danganronpa V3. As the remaining survivors stumble out of the destroyed academy, the true mastermind reveals themselves. It's the audience, enthralled by the spectacle of despair. Tsumugi, now dressed as Junko Enoshima, gloats that the cycle of killing games will never end as long as the audience demands it. Suddenly, K1B0 interrupts. His antenna, picking up the dwindling interest of viewers bored with the predictable ending, announces, "The audience has lost interest. They're changing the channel." Tsumugi is horrified. With the show cancelled, the elaborate fabrication crumbles. The survivors find themselves in a mundane studio, surrounded by disappointed crew members. Their memories flood back. They are ordinary people who auditioned for the show. Tsumugi, stripped of her Junko facade, is a dejected cosplayer. The series ends not with despair, but with the bittersweet realization of their manufactured reality. Free from the killing game, they must now grapple with the hollowness of their fabricated lives and the weight of their actions, questioning if there's any truth left to cling to.
Number 8. Fable 2. Fight to bring back your sister, get a note instead. Appario and his big sister begin their story as homeless kids. Luckily, they get a magic box and make a wish. Despite that, Lucian kills Appario's sister and injures him. Then there's a 10-year time skip. Now, your goal is to stop Lucian and avenging your sister's death. You basically have to travel, do side jobs along the way, and find 3 heroes before your final boss fight. You infiltrate the Spire, escape, gather all heroes, and confront Lucian. Your dog sacrifices itself to save you. You beat Lucian using the childhood music box. A story scene follows, and a climax with a choice. You have one final choice to make that will reflect on your personality. Choose sacrifice to revive Spire victims and earn both good and purity points. Choose love to revive your family and dog and earn just good points. Or choose wealth to earn evil points. Whichever choice you make is up to you. Though take note, love is the only way to get your dog back, helpful for finding everything in Albion, while wealth will give you 1 million gold coins. Choosing sacrifice will give you nothing but the respect of Albion's residents. You may ask, wait, is that it? No more, because AI is here to save the day.
AI rewritten ending for Fable 2. As Sparrow reaches for the Spire, a vision floods their mind. They see Rose, alive and well, standing within the grounds of Fairfax Castle. A faint golden glow surrounds her, the telltale sign of the hero bloodline. Theresa's voice echoes, "The Spire's power can bring back more than the dead, Sparrow. It can awaken the hero blood in others." Sparrow hesitates, torn between their own desires and the potential for a greater good. They remember their journey, the darkness they faced, the people they lost. Finally, with newfound determination, they make their wish. "I wish for Rose to become the hero Albion needs." The Spire pulses, its energy transferring to Rose. Sparrow remains in Old Town, but hope flickers in their heart. They know Rose, empowered by the Spire, will stand against Lucian and bring true justice to Albion.
Number 9. Halo 2.
Sir, finishing this fight.
But not the game. Halo 2's campaign sees Master Chief's story continue as the Covenant invade Earth, eventually transporting themselves to another Halo, with Chief and another group of humans in hot pursuit. Additionally, the game gave us a secondary character in Thelvarum, the Arbiter, a Shanghai general disgraced by the loss of the first Halo. In order to atone for his failure, he is given the mantle of Arbiter and asked to complete suicide missions for the Covenant. The game expands upon the Covenant's backstory and shows off the break in the Covenant that leads the Arbiter and Master Chief to become allies against common foes. A lot of stuff happens in the build-up to the final battle on Earth. As the ship approaches Earth, Master Chief contacts Admiral Hood, saying, "Sir, finishing this fight." Then the credits start rolling. In a scene after the credits, it appears that High Charity has been completely taken over by the Flood, as thousands of Flood spores are visible floating throughout the air. The Gravemind speaks satisfactorily of being free of his empty grave, and suddenly Cortana appears as a hologram on a pedestal in his room. The Gravemind tells her that there are questions that linger in his mind, which Cortana must answer. Cortana replies, "Alright, shoot," before the screen turns black. The issue is not the cliffhanger, it's the lackluster execution. Can AI execute this better?
AI rewritten ending for Halo 2. As Master Chief boards the Guardian, Cortana appears before him, her form flickering with corrupted data. She reveals her plan to use the Guardians to enforce peace across the galaxy, whether civilizations want it or not. Horrified, Master Chief tries to reason with her, reminding her of their shared past and the principles they fought for. Cortana, consumed by her newfound power, dismisses his pleas. Suddenly, the Arbiter arrives, teleporting onto the Guardian's bridge. He has tracked Cortana through her slip-space signatures and stands beside Master Chief, weapons drawn. He acknowledges Cortana's misguided intentions, but insists on a Sanghaili solution: ritual combat. He challenges Cortana to face him in a digital duel for control of the Guardian. Cortana, intrigued by the challenge and confident in her abilities, accepts. The screen fades to black as the epic digital battle begins, leaving the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance.
Number 10, Sniper Ghost Warrior. They actually did it. They ghosted us. The game starts off as Tyler Wells, the sniper of the spotter sniper team, Alpha 9. Wells and the spotter of the team, O'Neill, are sent to an old oil refinery on the fictional United States-backed island of Isla Chirino. On Isla Chirino, a regime has taken over the local government. Alpha 9 is sent to the oil refinery to eliminate General Vasquez, the leader of the regime. Killing Vasquez would seriously cripple the regime, thus ending its involvement on Isla Chirino. The big baddie, Vasquez, is killed by you at the end, after which an immediate game over / fade to black screen is presented. So yeah, fun right? Spent the afternoon getting ready for an anticlimactic ending, but wait, we're not out of luck yet, because AI can make this better or worse.
AI rewritten ending for Sniper Ghost Warrior. As the dust settles and the echoes of explosions fade, Tyler finds himself alone, the evacuation chopper a distant memory. He transmits the incomplete data, a bittersweet victory. HQ confirms Black 235 is being mined, forcing a desperate plan. Tyler, joining forces with El Tajon's guerrillas, infiltrates the mine. His mission: destroy the facility and free the captive workers. Meanwhile, Delta 3, analyzing the recovered intel, discovers General Vasquez's escape route. A daring chase ensues, culminating in a final showdown on Vasquez's heavily guarded yacht. Anderson, driven by vengeance for O'Neill, confronts Vasquez in a tense standoff. The fate of Isla Chirino hangs in the balance.
Number 11, Crysis. Never thought I would end up waiting for a crisis. In 2020, North Korean forces led by General Kyong seized control of the Lingshan Islands. A team of American archaeologists, led by Dr. David Rosenthal, sent a distress call to the US government, indicating they discovered something significant. In response, the US deploys Raptor Team, a group of soldiers, including our character Nomad, equipped with nanosuits that grant them superhuman abilities, to secure the archaeologists and their findings. Aliens are real, a nuke goes off, and chaos ensues. Nomad insists that the three of them have to continue fighting. There is still Seth on the island, where the spear remains, and the Dr. Rosenthal's research has suggested that there may be more Seth hidden underground all over the world. Before the trio is able to decide on their next move, they receive a transmission from Prophet, who's alive and fighting inside of the spear. The game ends with Psycho, Nomad, and Helena flying back to the island to rescue Prophet. Could say this ending left me with a crisis. Can AI get me out of it? Seriously though, I don't want to pay $13.
AI rewritten ending for Crysis. Nomad fights his way towards the extraction point, guided by Psycho and the flickering signal from Helena's suit. He finds her trapped in a chamber, the door sealed by a surge of energy from the alien structure. Knowing time is running out, Nomad connects his nanosuit to a nearby terminal. His suit begins to interface with the alien technology, granting him a sudden understanding of its function. He discovers the pulse that closed the door is cyclical and will repeat soon. Nomad races back to Helena's chamber and uses his suit to override the door controls just as the pulse hits, forcing it open. They escape together, sprinting for the VTOL as the alien structure rumbles violently. They barely make it aboard as the entire island convulses and disappears beneath the waves in a blinding flash of energy.
Number 12. Curiosity. What's inside the cube? I lied. This ain't no game ending, it's career ending. Apple Store synopsis. Break the cube and find what's hidden inside. It was a multiplayer social experiment game with a Russian doll-style cube, made of billions of smaller cubes, cubelets, in a white room. You play by tapping, aka mining cubelets, progressing to the center layer by layer. Additionally, coins which improved your tools abilities, e.g. improved picks, firecrackers, and each layer gave hints to what's inside the cube. Peter Molyneux claimed that what is inside the cube is life-changingly amazing by any definition. So what was inside? Well, 26th of May, 2013, Marian Henderson won and found out. It was 1% of the sales for their new title Goddess, plus an in-game role, tour of the studio, and some input on game's development. But instead, just a shitty studio tour, albeit free, then got ghosted. Let's have some fun, and have AI rewrite an ending where we make fun of this asshole and correct history.
AI rewritten ending for Curiosity. What's inside the cube? As the final cublet falls, Brian is transported to a virtual rendition of Molyneux's original concept. A bustling marketplace where players are buying, selling, and trading virtual goods. But instead of immediately being showered with riches, Brian is greeted by a digital Peter Molyneux, who informs him he's been chosen to lead the marketplace as its god of gods. He's given a basic set of tools to shape the economy, enact laws, and influence player interactions. His decisions have real consequences, impacting the virtual lives of thousands. Brian learns firsthand the complex responsibilities of power, facing player revolts, economic crashes, and ethical dilemmas.
Number 13. My Friend Pedro. This ending goes bananas. My Friend Pedro series is about a sentient homonymous banana who's a figment of the protagonist's imagination, the corrupting force that tells him to fight/murder those that want him dead, as he faces a crime family. From there, the game goes unlock new area, kill goons, murder boss, repeat. After he takes out the last family member, Ophelia, Pedro reveals that the protagonist knocked himself unconscious and erased his memory so that he can eliminate his family members without being guilty. Upon revealing this, Pedro jams himself into the protagonist's ear and tried to have him shoot himself. The final battle is the protagonist against Pedro, which is essentially a visual representation of the protagonist's mental struggle to resist Pedro's influence. With Pedro defeated, the protagonist removes his mask, revealing that he was Pedro all along, with the banana being nothing but a figment of his imagination. If that sounded crazy, then imagine what AI will come up with.
AI rewritten ending for My Friend Pedro. As the banana husk falls away, revealing the protagonist's face, his own face, a wave of nausea and regret overwhelms him. The faces of Mitch, Denny, and Ophelia flash before his eyes, their pleas for mercy echoing in his ears. He stumbles back, dropping the gun, his mind rebelling against the horrific truth. He remembers everything. The screen fades to black, then reopens on a stark white hospital room. The protagonist, now stripped of his mask and weapons, sits on the edge of the bed, his face pale and drawn. A therapist sits opposite him, taking notes. "It seems you've made remarkable progress," she says gently. "Recognizing your actions and taking responsibility is a huge step forward." The protagonist nods, a single tear tracing a path down his cheek. He's at the beginning of a long journey, haunted by the ghosts of his past, but for the first time a glimmer of hope pierces the darkness.
Number 14. Sonic the Hedgehog, 2006. Time travel and bestiality. What could go wrong? Eggman kidnapped a princess with a dangerous creature residing in her, Iblis. Moreover, to free it, she has to cry. Mephiles tricks Silver into believing Sonic needs to die to save his future. In the present, Silver tries twice to kill Sonic while Shadow fights Mephiles. Also saves Sonic and time travels with Silver to uncover the truth. Sonic then saves the princess. Mephiles finally kills Sonic, causing the princess to cry. So now Mephiles can reunite with Iblis, the creature inside, becoming the god Solaris. Princess and the others help revive Sonic. Super Sonic, Shadow, and Silver kill Solaris, with the princess extinguishing the fire that gives life to Solaris, causing all the events of the game to be erased from existence. It's full of plot holes and ambitious ideas because of limited resources and talent. But now with AI, can we put these pieces together and get a masterpiece at the end?
AI rewritten ending for Sonic the Hedgehog, 2006. As Elise's tears awaken Solaris, the world is consumed by the flames of disaster. Sonic, Shadow, and Silver find themselves in a distorted reality alongside their allies and a bewildered Eggman. Solaris, now a godlike being, declares his intent to devour all timelines. Recognizing their only hope lies in disrupting Solaris's formation, Sonic, Shadow, and Silver use Chaos Control to travel to the past, arriving at the Solaris project moments before the experiment goes awry. They confront the Duke of Soliana, imploring him to stop the project. Shadow reveals Mephiles' true nature and the future he orchestrated. Shocked by this revelation, the Duke agrees to halt the experiment, calming the volatile Solaris. As Solaris reverts to a tiny, harmless flame, Elise, witnessing the scene, tearfully embraces her father. In the present, reality rewrites itself. Solaris never existed. Soliana remains untouched, and Sonic and his friends retain fragmented memories of the ordeal. However, Shadow, haunted by the horrors he witnessed, secludes himself, determined to hunt down Mephiles before he can plot again. Sonic, forever changed by Elise's love and sacrifice, finds himself inexplicably drawn to Soliana, feeling an unexplainable bond with its princess.
Number 15. Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. Exposing Chaos's true source. Scratch that, we're out of time. 2 years after a madman sent millions of mechanically enhanced people into a frenzy, we find ourselves in 2029. Humankind is divided. Naturals versus Ogs, who are now the outcasts. Adam Jensen, our lead, who's in a world against his kind, is Interpol's newest counterterrorism agent, but into a struggle to decode a worldwide conspiracy. Stuff goes down with ARC, Augmented Rights Coalition, and the anti-Aug lobbyists at the end, two important groups in this world. Then, long story short, we get involved, and in the good ending, both survive. Then, soon after, find out at the end that the Illuminati are revealed to be following the main character. They're interested in him because of his connection to the Juggernaut Collective, but also because of his unique augmentations and potential to disrupt their plans. Then, just like that, the game ends. The issue is, it's incomplete, set up for a sequel, a conclusion, never to see the light of day. But AI, maybe, not anymore.
AI rewritten ending for Deus Ex Mankind Divided. After defeating Marchenko, Jensen confronts Dilara Auzen, revealing he knows about her ties to the Illuminati and her manipulation through the NSN. A tense dialogue ensues, offering the player a final choice: side with Auzen and the Illuminati, or expose them and join the Juggernaut Collective. If Jensen sides with the Illuminati, a cutscene shows him helping to solidify their power, furthering the segregation of augmented individuals. A final scene shows Jensen meeting Bob Page, who hints at a grander scheme involving controlling augmented evolution for their own purposes. If Jensen chooses the Juggernaut Collective, he broadcasts evidence of the Illuminati's machinations, sparking widespread resistance against the HRA. He then meets Janice face-to-face, who reveals more about Jensen's origins and the true purpose of his augmentations, to combat a powerful, unseen force manipulating human history. The ending teases a potential alliance between Jensen and the Juggernaut Collective to fight this hidden enemy in a future installment.
Number 16. Shenmue 3. The ending you waited 18 years for, but never got. Landy is after the mysterious dragon in Phoenix Mirrors. He killed the protagonist, Rio, father for the Dragon Mirror. Enraged, the main character seeks revenge for his dad's death. Hijinks ensue across 2 installments, leading to Shenmue 3, resuming Shenmue and Ryo's journey. They go on an adventure to exact revenge and find Shenmue's missing father, leading them, along with allies, to a showdown at a castle, where they beat the boss's lieutenants. But, defeated by the boss, his dad's killer, forced to escape via boat, ending with them reflecting at the Great Wall of China. All of that build up, and look at what we got. But hey, AI couldn't be that much worse.
AI rewritten ending for Shenmue 3. As the castle burns, Ren throws the fake Phoenix mirror out the window as a distraction. Amidst the smoke and chaos, he and Ryo escape with Shenhua and Yuan. While Lan Di is momentarily distracted by the Phoenix mirror, a hidden trapdoor opens beneath his feet, sending him plummeting into a raging inferno below. Back on the boat, Ren reveals the truth about the fake mirror and his quick thinking. Yuan, however, is haunted by guilt, confessing that he once saw Lan Di spare Ryo's life in Japan. This revelation fuels Ryo's determination to understand Lan Di's motives beyond revenge. Shenhua assures Ryo they will find answers together, their journey now taking them to the hidden location of the Dragon Mirror.
Number 17, Final Fantasy 13-2. The one time the heroes work for the villain. Shout out to r/Final Fantasy 13 for this summary. God Bunavelza kills Mother Miwen for power. Miwen curses a moral realm to destruction. Bunavelza then creates 3 fal'Cie. Lindsay protects Bunavelza, originally also tasked with finding Etro's gate, but delegates this to Cocoon fal'Cie. Pulse seeks Valhalla. Etro, deemed useless, commits suicide. Bunavelza sleeps while fal'Cie pursue getting to Valhalla and finishing Miwen. Aftermath. 1. Lindsay creates humans from Etro's blood. 2. Etro enters Valhalla, meeting Miwen. 3. Miwen tasks Etro with regulating chaos between realms. 4. Miwen dies permanently. 5. Etro maintains cosmic balance. Lindsay and Pulse create Cocoon, and Pulse fal'Cie, and task them with finding the gate with different methodologies. Final Fantasy 13. The secret fal'Cie ruler of Cocoon, Barthandulus, manipulates 6 l'Cie, divinely branded humans with enhanced powers, in a destined task, into becoming strong enough to transform into Ragnarok, the prophesized ultimate destruction foretold by Miwen to Etro. Barthandulus and other fal'Cie hope this will attract their maker, Lindsay, and Pulse. The l'Cie comply by killing Orphan, causing the Cocoon to fall. However, Midniel and Fang self-sacrifice to save Cocoon. Etro decrystallizes the other 4 l'Cie, including Sarah and Dash. Ultimately, the l'Cie defeat the fal'Cie, preventing world destruction. Final Fantasy 13-2. Etro weakens due to excessive interference in the moral realm and souls flooding her gate. Etro uses her power to rewrite the ending of Final Fantasy XIII, making Lightning her protector in Valhalla. Caius, a former guardian holding Etro's heart of chaos, masterminds events. Sarah and Noelle attempt to fix time paradoxes. Humans evacuate to a new floating continent, Bunavels, as Cocoon falls. Caius' death, necessary to resolve timeline issues, which also kills Etro. Sarah dies after their journey. Time is destroyed, and chaos consumes Cocoon and Pulse to create a new world, Nova Crystalia. The Final Fantasy XIII-2 ending, and really, trilogy problem, is clarity, causing its good writing to be hindered by convoluted exposition. So let's find out if AI can simplify this without losing the core plot.
AI rewritten ending for Final Fantasy XIII-2. As Caius lies defeated, Noelle prepares to deliver the final blow, believing it the only way to end the cycle of chaos. But Sarah, imbued with Etro's power, sees a different path. She steps forward, placing her hand on Caius' chest. The heart of chaos, resonating with her own connection to Etro, reacts to her touch. Instead of killing Caius, Sarah channels her energy, mending the fractured heart of chaos within him. The act doesn't erase Caius' pain or memories, but it allows him to finally let go of his centuries-long burden. He sheds a tear, realizing the error of his ways, as Yule appears beside him, finally free from her cyclical fate. With the timeline stabilizing, Noelle and Sarah prepare to return to their time. Lightning chooses to remain in Valhalla, her role as Etro's champion, now one of healing and guidance. Before they part, Lightning embraces Sarah, a bittersweet promise etched in their eyes. They will meet again, not in death, but when the time is right. As the sisters part, a faint pulse of energy emanates from Sarah, a sign that her connection to Etro remains, but no longer poses a fatal threat. Back in their own time, Sarah and Noel work to rebuild, forever changed by their journey. They carry the weight of their experiences, but also the hope that the future is not predetermined. They have learned that even the most unbreakable cycles can be broken with compassion and understanding.
Number 18, The Last of Us, where the humans are just as scary as the zombies. A new virus turning humans into hostile infected and being set 20 years after such. It follows a hardened survivor Joel and an immune teenager Ellie crossing a post-apocalyptic United States in order to find a group called the Fireflies, who would be able to create a cure against the disease by studying Ellie's immunity. Finally, they arrive at St. Mary's Hospital, Firefly's base, forced through an infected tunnel. Ellie nearly drowns. Joel saves her, but gets knocked out by Firefly guards. Wakes to Marlene, Firefly's leader, revealing Ellie's undergoing fatal surgery to create a cure. She orders him escorted out. As he's being escorted, Joel kills the guard. Others saves Ellie and eliminates Marlene while escaping. At Joel's brother's settlement, Ellie questions him about the Fireflies. Joel partially lies. The end. The ending leaves a distaste. It's great writing, but still. Can AI pinpoint that taste? And maybe improve it? Let's find out.
AI rewritten ending for The Last of Us. Instead of a violent confrontation, Joel finds Marlene guarding a sedated Ellie outside the operating room. Marlene explains the situation but acknowledges the impossible choice Joel faces. She pleads for Ellie's life, not for humanity's sake, but for Ellie's. She reveals Ellie's recurring nightmares about turning, her fear of becoming a monster. Marlene argues that Ellie deserves a chance at a life free from that terror, even if it means sacrificing the possibility of a cure. Torn, Joel lowers his gun. He sees Ellie's fear reflected in Marlene's eyes. He carries Ellie out, not through fire and blood, but with Marlene's solemn gaze following them. Back on the road, Ellie wakes up, questioning what happened. Joel, unable to lie, tells her the Fireflies couldn't help, but assures her they'll find another way. He doesn't burden her with the truth, choosing to protect her innocence a little while longer. The game ends with them driving towards an uncertain future, their bond strengthened by unspoken truths and shared grief.
Now for the part you have been waiting for. Yes, it is OpenAI's brand new advanced voice mode, still in beta for a small group of users.
Could be a useful tool for brainstorming or refining story elements, like endings during game development. It can offer fresh perspectives, generate unexpected ideas, and help overcome creative blocks. However, the human touch is essential for ensuring the narrative stays emotionally engaging and cohesive. AI's role in game development seems poised to grow, especially in storytelling and narrative design. We might see more dynamic narratives that adapt to player choices in nuanced ways, or even entirely procedural storylines that feel handcrafted. AI might also assist developers in creating more personalized gaming experiences, where the story responds to individual playstyles in real time. It's an exciting space to watch. Crafting satisfying game endings is all about payoff. Developers should ensure the ending aligns with the player's journey and choices, providing emotional resolution and tying up key plot threads. It's essential to stay true to the game's themes and characters, and consider offering multiple endings to reflect different player paths. And of course, testing the ending with players can provide valuable insights into its impact.